Hello, I'm Helen Fu. Everyone knows a well-balanced diet is the foundation of good health. Eating a healthy diet helps you maintain your body's weight, and the body functions can assist you in disease prevention. Our guest today is Paula Denoncourt, a certified holistic health counselor and raw food coach. She teaches people how to change their diet and lifestyle with healthy cooking. Welcome to the show, Paula.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Helen. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited looking at all these great foods. So tell us a little bit about your background. What did you do before, and what led you to this path?
Well, it all kind of landed in my lap. I worked 22 years at the Worcester County Jail and House Correction, and I worked in dispatch. I worked 3 to 11 for a lot of those years, and I dealt with a lot of stress on the job. There's supposed to be 2 of us, working in dispatch most of the time, but there are a lot of times that there weren't. So I had officers' lives in my hands. I had inmates' lives in my hands, and it was over 1,000 inmates and probably about 300 officers' lives in my hands. So there were times that I dealt with riots, escapes, hangings, things like that. I really had to prioritize how to answer the switchboard because we were in the heart of the institution. So basically from that, my body just got totally stressed out and it basically shut down. So I developed multiple food allergies. So it took a while to figure out what was going on. But I started to realize it was an allergy because I felt things pass, like my blood pressure would drop, and it took a long time to get things down. It would take 10 minutes or so, a lot of water, eventually till it just reached its peak and I almost died. I went right into anaphylactic shock.
That sounds really serious.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot of stress though.
Yeah.
With the job.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't even know how stressful until I left it.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like
things.
the most pleasant environment probably to work and go. And you've been working there, you worked there for like over 20 years?
22 years. 22 years. Yeah, I retired last June.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so from your own health issues and food allergies, then you started to realize the importance of eating healthy?
Yes.
Yeah. And what did you do?
Well, first I just studied on my own a little bit. Like I said, I just did doctors and alternative practitioners to figure out what's going on with me. And the doctors it just wasn't enough. I had to do other things like kinesiology. That really helped to show me what foods I can eat, because there are healthy foods out there, but they weren't good for me. And that's what I like to teach, is what foods are not working for you, so you can figure that out. Because you might see on TV or Dr. Oz or somebody and say whatever it is, quinoa or chia seeds or something, these are good for you, but they may not be good for you individually. So I like to teach that. So I went back to school for nutrition online first, then I went back to Worcester State University for nutrition. I went to the New York School of Integrative Nutrition and got certified there.
That's a great program.
Yeah.
Quite a few of my friends have gone through that program also.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had some great speakers there, some famous people, Dr. Andrew Weil, Dr. Neil Barnard, Sally Fallon. I mean, I could just go on and on. Deepak Chopra. It was a pretty amazing experience. There was 1,500 students, and I went in 2009. Yeah.
That was a pretty intensive training, like for 10 weeks or so?
Yeah, it's 10 weekends. You go full days, Saturday and Sunday, all day. I can't remember the hours, but it was like 8 to 4 or something like that. So, and it's you learn everything. You learn about the food, you learn about different dietary theories, you learn about the business aspect of it. It's just a combination of so many things that you would never even have expected, and even motivation. And being positive. A lot of, we would massage each other in class, because we were in Lincoln Center. So we'd listen to music and massage each other and dance in the aisles and just a lot of different things. It was everything from the food itself to just life itself. So it was a great experience.
So you learn not only about healthy diet and healthy eating, but also about healthy lifestyle. That's so important.
Yes, which is what I also teach. Yes.
I'm just curious, for those students, 1,500, do they go mostly because they have own health issues or because they want to become a health coach? Or What's the reason?
It's a combination. Some of them had health issues themselves, and they went to the school just to really learn what they could do for themselves. Some had health issues and they want to help others. Some want to add to their practice. There's many like massage people, yoga people. So they just add to their practice, the nutrition aspect of it, or their personal trainers. So it was really a combination, but for the most part, most of the people there had health concerns too, or health problems. It was quite fun trying to find a place to eat when we were in New York.
There were a lot of restaurants,
it was
but probably
challenging. It was
challenging
still
to find
challenging if
healthy
you've got
ones.
stomach issues.
Oh, well.
Yeah. In fact, one of the girls that was sitting next to me, we both went to lunch. We grabbed a salad. Hers had romaine lettuce. Mine had spinach. We go back. Long story short, her stomach started to bother her, and I'm like, I said, you've got to take some digestive enzymes because romaine lettuce is harder to digest.
Yes.
So she was leery to take them, but they're not prescription. They were just a really good, a good product that's out there. It was all based on whole food. So she finally took them and her stomach ache went away. So it's that just shows you how many people, my roommate, same thing. Every time she ate something, she had a lot of gallbladder issues. So she was always having issues with something she ate. So I was actually feeling good because I didn't have as many issues as they did. But I still had problems. But yeah, so that was really, it was challenging for us to find food, definitely. Yeah.
Well, talking about New York, if you have to travel abroad, you know, to other countries, and sometimes it's very difficult to find what you can eat. That's why I always bring with me some food enzymes, and especially food enzymes with hydrochloric acid.
Oh, okay,
so when you travel to like Mexico, you will pick up some parasites or virus, bacteria. So make sure you have enough hydrochloric acid
That's
to kill them.
Good idea. Definitely.
And now talking about your own diet. So do you eat mostly a raw food, or do you eat a whole food diet? What kind of
I'm probably
diet?
about 80%. Winter's tough. I still eat a little bit of cooked food here and there. In the summer, it's much easier for me. I eat all salads most of the time, lots of fruit, and I love it, and that's what agrees with me, I just listen to my body, and I teach other people how to listen to their body and just know like I said, what's working for you. Forget about the books and all the stuff that's on TV and everything. What really works for you, what makes you energized, what makes you tired. It can go either way. I don't want to be negative, but you got to look at it either way. Do you want to get up and work out? Do you want to get up and take a nap because you ate something? So I'm about 80%. I always say to everybody, I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. And it's okay. If you eat something that's bad or whatever, like on the holidays, you know what? The good thing is now that I eat this way, my body actually craves it. So if I go off the path for a little bit, the next thing I know, I'm like, all of a sudden, where's my salad? I want cucumbers. I want mango. I want something healthy. It doesn't last for long. As opposed to when I was a kid, I liked my junk food.
That's true, because our body does know what's good for it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important for us to listen to our body.
Yeah.
That's what I teach my clients to do.
Right.
A lot of times. And also it's interesting because some people will go with a fat diet. They thought, oh, there's a diet that's good for somebody. It must be good for everybody, which is
not always true.
It's not true. That's why.
Yeah. And even as we were talking earlier, even raw food isn't for everybody. There's, you have to, raw food is do lightly steamed things. That's okay. It can't be cooked over 115 to 118 degrees.
The enzymes will be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll lose the enzymes.
Yeah.
But there are people with digestive issues that are so severe that some of the heavier foods aren't good for them in a raw food diet, like the cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, things like that. Nuts, seeds, there's certain food combining they have to be careful of. So it's not for everybody, but I do truly believe by going back to basics, eating whole, unprocessed foods, you can really help yourself with a slew of symptoms from, different things like fibromyalgia and MS and all different things, digestion problems, IBS, all those things. You can help alleviate some of the symptoms.
So now tell us about how you feel after you changed your diet. did you see a lot of your symptoms go away, the food allergies go away?
Yeah, I still have some issues once in a while with the food allergies, but for the most part, I'm about 95% better. Yeah, at first it was just, I didn't know what to eat. And I'll tell you a funny story. I was starving myself because I didn't know what to do. And I'd be coming home from work and I'd crave sugar because I wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to stop at the market and get marshmallows. That was kind of when I hit my peak, and I was just like, okay, I got to do something. I can't live like this. So it all, like I said, a lot of it just fell into my lap, and I learned how to eat more whole foods and things like that. Yeah.
That's true.
I can't, even now, I still can't eat heavy meals, you know, that aren't like grass-fed beef or things like that. It'll sit like in the corner of my stomach. It won't digest well. It takes a while. That's when you're talking, you want to take a nap.
Yeah, a lot of people do have
Yeah.
problems with protein,
Yeah.
especially if they eat animal protein.
Yeah.
They don't have enough digestive enzymes.
Right.
Yeah, and also just because the meat nowadays, a lot of them,
Right.
if you buy commercialized,
Yeah.
they're full of antibiotics and hormone growth substance.
Yeah.
That's very hard for the body.
Yeah. If it's a good meat, like antibiotic-free, hormone-free, grass-fed,
Yeah.
that goes down a lot better. It makes a huge difference.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also depends on what's your nutritional type. Some people, they have better ways to deal with the animal fat and
Yeah.
the animal protein, and some
Yeah.
people just need to eat more vegetables and more
Yeah.
other
Yeah. It depends on your
plant-based,
culture,
foods.
and there's a lot behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which I've
interesting.
learned over the years. Yeah. There's a lot to it. Like I said, there's food combining, knowing what works for you, and not, worrying about what everybody else says, and, there's a lot to it. So I'm glad that I can help others now, because it's getting so common.
Tell us about your clients. Who would come to seek your help, and what can you do to help them?
Well, I'd say number one, my niche is definitely with food allergies, food intolerances, digestive issues, and people that are ill. I have a client that, has Lyme's disease. That seems to be another thing that keeps popping up.
Yes.
And it just attacks a lot of things like the nervous system. So it can really help people eat the right foods that are going to help them, like how they, what they can eat instead of the sugar-based foods. And really, I can give them other options, other alternatives. And even moms with kids, they have food allergies. So I can help moms find food that really helps their kids too, because I've done it all. I've done, nut-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, all that stuff. So I know I can give people other alternatives of what to make. And it's not a laundry list of ingredients, and it's not too far out of the box, that people don't know what the heck it is or where to get it. Sometimes I like to introduce new foods to people, but, I'll have other foods with it. So it might be just one thing, like, say, chia seeds or something. They can try it, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have to use that. So that's what I like to do. It's not too crazy, and they can find it easy, and yeah.
Interesting. Nowadays, we see more and more people, especially younger kids or teenagers, they start to have food allergies. They start to have all kinds of symptoms
Yeah.
related with the food allergies. And in my practice, I've seen them a lot, and it's all related with gut health.
Yeah.
Yeah, with leaky gut syndromes and the small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And especially in this area, in the New England area, I see a lot
interesting.
of people with Lyme disease, and we know
Yeah.
Lyme disease are also related. It's
Related
related
to the
with
gut.
the gut. Yeah. So people who have leaky gut syndromes, they are at higher risk to develop the symptoms.
Yeah, I just went to a couple seminars on that. Like I said, it's just been popping up all around me, and that's what they talked about is to just stay healthy, to prevent it from coming in the first place. And like you talked about, it's all about the gut. So if your immune system's down any bit at all, a tick bite can give you the Lyme disease because your immune system's already down. There's other ways to get it too, not just the tick bite. And that was pretty eye-opening as well.
Yeah.
But it's all about just staying healthy. And that's any disease, not just Lyme's, but all of it. Cancer and everything else. So,
Yes.
the more you eat healthy, the more you're going to prevent yourself from getting any of these types of diseases,
I just did a workshop a few weeks ago about depression. that's very interesting, and we had a very good turnout. A lot of people, and a lot of high school kids actually came to listen about depression. A lot of these mental issues that we're talking about, depression, anxiety, or panic attacks, or insomnia, a lot of this, they are actually related with the gut health. Yeah, because our gut is our second brain. Yeah, and a lot of the neurotransmitters like serotonin, 95% of it is produced in the gut. So when your gut is not healthy, then your mind can't think clearly.
Oh yeah, foggy brain. I mean, I saw that in the last group detox class we did. They said it. They said that we didn't tell them to say this or anything. They got off all the wheat products and the gluten products and things, and they said it. They're like, I can focus better. I can really, you know, and they said the foggy brain just kind of like went away. So, and I noticed that too. Like I said, when I was a kid, I was junk food junkie. I skipped meals a lot. Didn't eat well at all, so I couldn't focus very well either. So when I went back to school in my older years, I felt like because I was eating better, I could focus a lot better. I don't know if it's because you're more focused because you're an adult. I mean, that has a lot to do with it. But there are studies that prove that, you know, eating healthy changes, you know, even school grades. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a lot to it. You know, having the right fats, the avocados, and the right oils, and coconut and things. That's good for the brain. You know, it's just different things, and studies have proven that even water alone can do a number of things.
Water, yeah. It's not exactly a nutrient, but it's so important. It's vital for our health. Yeah. Even if you have 1% of dehydration, your body can't function very well, and your brain suffers.
Yeah. So there's studies that have shown that just having more water, that people do better in school, and water helps me with allergies. Just seasonal allergies. The minute I start to get a little bit stuffy or sneezy when the seasons change, drink water, it's like a miracle cure for me. It just starts to all clear up. So between that and the fruits and vegetables, because that's the vitamin C, and the immune system breaks down when you don't have enough vitamin C. So just boosting your immune system and the water, that helps me tremendously. I used to have to shut the doors, you know, I couldn't go outside, shut the windows. Because I'd be a mess when the seasons changed. Now I might get a little of it, but nowhere near what I used to. Yeah. So.
Well, that's great. Well, according to the Chinese medicine, we do a lot of emotional healing in Chinese medicine. So the emotions, sadness and grief, are stored in the lungs and the colon. So the lungs and the colon, actually, that's the same system. That's your immune system. So people who have seasonal allergies or respiratory issues or sinus infection, coughing, they always have problems with digestive issues and intestinal issues. Yeah, and so that's a great way to deal with that, to deal with the emotions, to deal with the allergies with healthy diet, and so that's important. Yeah, and so tell us some testimonials from your clients and what kind of success stories that you have.
Well, I'd say like one in the last group detox class, the woman was saying that she had so many stomach issues and digestive issues that she could now stand up straight by the end of the class. She could stand up straight. She was like, I'm not hunched over anymore. I'm not hunched over in pain. She was just feeling great. And I've just gotten a couple testimonials, you know, just helping people to eat better foods for themselves. Like the person with Lyme, she was already excited that I was giving her some recipes that she can go home and try and do that. And then even in classes, I've taught nightlife classes. I know one woman, I was teaching her to just pay attention and listen to her body. And she said, oh, you were so right. I had some pasta, like regular pasta, wheat pasta. She goes, and I did. I just wanted to take a nap. And the way she said it, she was like this. And she was really cute. You know, she was a teacher, so she was really cute. Just things like that, like seeing, well, even the person that I'm seeing right now, I just noticed in 2 weeks how much she's changed herself. Her skin, her coloring is unbelievable. Her eyes are glassy. That, I would say, is the biggest testimonial of all that I see when people start eating this way. Their eyes get glassy, their skin smooths out, you know, and they're happy, and they have more energy. So
that's amazing. I understand that you prepared some dishes today you want to show us. So could you give us a demo?
Sure, absolutely. So we're going to do kale salad with a honey lime ginger vinaigrette. So I'm going to just put some gloves on.
So it looks like you've got some kales and
Yeah.
lots of fruits.
Yep, and kale is a powerhouse of nutrients. It's got lots of good vitamins, as you know. Calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, all kinds of really good nutrients, and chlorophyll, which, like I said earlier, the greens are one of the best things for your body. I mean, you just get so many good, it just helps you so many different ways. Gives you oxygen, too, where disease can't live where there's oxygen. So I always teach people that, you just think of a plant in your home. A lot of people bring plants in their home to give off oxygen. Well, it's the same thing with a diet. Plant-based diet is going to give you the oxygen in your body to resist disease. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to move the spoon for a minute. Just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the kale. You don't need too much. And then what you do, and I'm just going to open this first because I want to be able to open it after I do this. Then what you do is massage it a little bit with your hands. And you really just squeeze it in between your hands. And what this does is it breaks down the kale. And it's better for your digestion. And it tastes a heck of a lot better, too. So it softens it. And it tastes so much better. So just do that, a little bit of that. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of sea salt in there. That's just a little bit for flavor. I don't like to put too much of that. And then we have some great foods here. This is kiwi, which is loaded with vitamin C, and it's really good for you. So we're going to put some kiwi in there. We are going to put, this is strawberries, blueberries, and red grapes. The red grapes have some resveratrol. Strawberries have zinc.
Yummy.
So those are really good for you, and more vitamin C. And pineapples are anti-inflammatory. So this is great for people that want to lose weight, who have joint pain, anything like that. I did a salad similar to this for breast cancer.
It's my favorite pineapple. And also it's very high in digestive enzymes.
Right. It helps digest the food, which is why you get some of that in Chinese food restaurants. And then I'm going to give that a little toss. And then I'm going to top it with a couple things. So let me toss it a little bit. And then we're going to top it with a little bit of dried cranberries and pomegranates.
Oh.
Which it just makes real pretty salad. So if you're ever going anywhere, it's not only healthy, but it's beautiful.
Absolutely. All
And
the
then-
rainbow colors.
And then I just put, this dressing has a little bit of honey, raw honey, a little bit of ginger, mint, and lime juice. And just drizzle that over.
So you make your own salad dressing.
Yep. And I'll just give it one more toss to get that all in there. I can smell it. It smells good.
I can smell it from here.
Mm-hmm. And then that's it. Like I said, it's a beautiful salad. It's great and refreshing, like for cookouts, for anything. And it's just so full of nutrients. And then I have over here a salad that I did just to show you another great way to eat gluten-free even, and it's a cauliflower salad. And it's really like a cauliflower tabbouleh. It's got parsley, tomatoes. I put a little bit of yellow squash in there, zucchini, and you just chop cauliflower fine in a food processor. So, and it's got mint and parsley. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then I drizzled orange juice and a little bit of olive oil and sea salt on that. So did you want to?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I'm looking
do you
forward
wanna
to try them
some?
after the show, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know that you also have some other dishes that you want to show us on the screen here.
Sure.
All right, great.
Do you want me to come back here?
Yes. You can
Okay.
tell us what the pictures are all about.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And so those are the dishes that you've done, right? The pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about the first dish. That looks yummy.
That's a gazpacho. We made that in one of my classes at Brookline. It was Introduction to Raw Food. So it's got tomatoes in there, a little bit of zucchini, just all kinds of good stuff. I think there's cucumber, and then there's sprouts on top. Pea sprouts, which is another way to get good nutrients in you. You just get some sprouts and put them on your salads, put them in your soups. This was another class in Brookline. This class was actually very creative. I didn't even tell them how to arrange everything. They just did it all on their own. So the ones in the middle with the red peppers on the side, that's raw tacos. So it's made with portobello mushrooms and seeds and just different things, tomatoes, some, I forget, cilantro, just different spices. In the middle we have pea sprouts. We have, those might even be sunflower sprouts. Can't even see what everything else. I think there's like a corn salad, kale salad. So that was one of my classes in Brookline, and like I said, they were very creative. They just kind of put things together.
That looks like a party.
This party is actually the beginning of a vegetarian sushi class, which we use cauliflower for the rice. There's no raw fish or any of that kind of stuff. People get nervous. And yeah, all the students just chop up all the vegetables, and then they use that to roll up the sushi.
Nice.
And
That looks like a sushi.
Yeah, so there's the sushi. So we have like mango and avocado and some guacamole and some cauliflower. So I usually do a little bit of both. I'll bring some fruits and then I bring some vegetables. So they can try a couple different ones. They can do with like peppers and carrots and things like that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to the show, Paula.
This was
I
great.
thoroughly enjoyed everything. Eating healthy is not just about strict nutrition philosophies, eating nasty and bad tasting foods, or depriving yourself of the foods you love. Rather, it's about making smart food choices and preparing them in the most delicious and healthy way. Have more energy, eating healthy, and have fun. Stay healthy. See you next time.